Hello, everybody. We are the Casual Hour, but more importantly, we have a friend with us. Jiggy, the original friend of the show, the biggest friend of the show. Welcome back to the Casual Hour. How are you?
I need my actual intro.
I left it on. I don't
There we go.
I don't give a fuck if it's on the recording. I don't care where it shows up. Jiggy's here, which means the shining finger stands tall.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Gotta roll out the red shining finger carpet.
How are you feeling?
You know what?
I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
Better now.
Chase, I'd ask how you're feeling, but I already know. And I'm sorry.
I've had to see Shining Finger many more times because Domon and G Gundam is in the newest Super Robot Wars game. So
you poor baby.
And they give them to you soon, and I'm like, damn, I need better characters than this.
I don't know what the deal is. Like I cave in and I actually add some anime bullshit to the show, and it's not good. I even put robots in here, and you're just like,
it's the wrong anime.
Pinky out on one hand, middle finger on the other for my attempt here. I figured you would just be thrilled, but you can't win them all. And
I'm a Hamon Karn made a huge mistake fan myself. I don't need the shiny finger.
Wait, isn't that from Dragon Ball? Isn't that the move from Dragon Ball?
No.
Oh, I get you. They all blend together.
No.
Hamon Karn is the queen of space and my space wife.
I thought that was the redhead girl. Is that her?
You'll have to be more specific.
Yeah, I gotta be way more
like
specific.
Oscar or Asuka?
Asuka?
Yeah,
that's Neon Genesis.
Sure.
Yeah,
she's too young. That's a crime. I don't want to be committing crime.
Not anymore, apparently. Well, I appreciate Jiggy being here. Thank you for joining us to do a deep dive. And this is episode 439. We're recording this on the 10th of September. We are here to discuss, amongst one another, our personal, I guess Mount Everest is the term we'll use, gaming gaps. The biggest gaps in our gaming repertoire, the games that we should have played that we didn't for whatever reason, the games that maybe had a zeitgeist around them or a cultural significance or some sort of like trajectory or none of those things. It just could be a game that we've admired or avoided, but we don't have any.
Bobby just yelled like gaming gaps in a Discord channel, and that's all he said. And Jiggy, you're like, okay.
Gaming gaps. Yeah, sure.
Everybody knew what I was talking about.
No other context. Game gaps. Game gaps. You get it?
Yeah. And I mean, we went through like our little thread about like what should we say, like what's the rules on it. There really aren't many. Like these are just our personal list of games that have some sort of, I guess, like, I don't want to say I feel a certain type of way. I don't want to speak for the both of you, but like I feel like these are gaps in my resume, so to speak. Like as somebody who
Bobby will tell us if we give good answers or not. He'll say that was bad. That doesn't count.
That sounds more like something you would do.
It's his week. Well, it's your week. You came up with the deep dive.
Yeah, that's fair. So if you're into what we do here, you can find our show everywhere. If you're watching this, we have a podcast that goes out on Fridays. We have a lot of other deep dives. We talked about robots. Chase has a whole oral history of Super Robot Wars you can go and listen to.
Bobby was not there for that episode.
I was famously not there for it. And even if I would have been there for it,
though.
I wouldn't have been there for it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I forgot you were on that one. Holy cow.
Yeah, it was.
A real friend of the show cares about Super Robot Wars.
That's fair. Well, how do you all want to get into it? Like, Chase, you typically like a little order and you appreciate how we chop these things up. Like, do you think that we just like each say a game and just kind of rotate through that and go that way?
Yeah, I think that works. Why don't we let our guest start? How's that
I
sound?
think that's a beautiful idea.
Now we've said to pick 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
So originally I thought, well, do games that I've only played like for a few minutes count? And going over like the list in my memory bank, thinking like, well, there's a ton of games that I've just never ever touched.
Yeah.
Not even for a second. So I bet I can think of at least 4. And I did. So I'm gonna pick one of my first
one
ones.
game on my list that I haven't touched at all. Everything else I've played for at least a minute. But
Same for me, Chase. There's one game I have not touched
Now,
at all.
I have played games in these series. I will spoil that. But my first one, and why not keep it with the number 4, is Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots.
Oof, yeah.
I've never even touched. I
Does
know,
anybody
right?
play
But
that
I do.
game?
That's a good
fair.
question too. That is a very fair question. Although I don't know because I've never ever played it.
So did you own a PlayStation 3?
Not at the time, but I did have enough time to get a PlayStation 3 and download the game because they're free. The last free PS Plus game on PlayStation 3 was Metal Gear Solid 4. So I own it. I legally own it. I just still have not had a chance to play it. Partly because I feel obligated to finish Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater at some point, which I'm close to. And then I'm also feel obligated because I want to play Metal Gear Solid 5. And I also need to finish Metal Gear Solid 3 to understand that more too. So it's kind of that like weird conundrum where, yeah,
so
but I've played a lot of 3. Though? That's the thing. No, I've already played 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are like 2 of my favorite games of all time. 3 is also very good and probably one of my favorite games of all time. Twist My Arm. It's like top 100, but I've never beaten it. So I've never completed it to a point where I was like, well, that's that. Now I can go on to the next one in this story. And yeah, it was just the combination of just never having a PlayStation 3 and the urgency to like, oh, well, I just don't need to play these games yet because, I'll get a PlayStation 3 eventually, which I did, but just still haven't had the time. So I'm kind of like been in a Metal Gear Solid mood recently.
Yeah.
And have been wanting to just play through the entire series again. Because it's been a while since I played 2. And it's been a long time since I played the first one.
Do you think you'll stream
And I'm
that?
just curious. Maybe.
Like 4 is only available on the PlayStation 3 to this day, which is wild. Like they need to figure out
Portable Ops is now playable on home consoles, other than its original console. They still can't understand the cell processor to like unlock this game elsewhere.
So complicated.
I guess
they really need to put out that second volume of the Metal Gear Solid Classics collection, or whatever the fuck they call it, and give us 4, give us Peace Walker, give us a handful of those games that we still don't have access to, and put them on modern consoles. Because I also haven't played 4 at all. I've watched all the cutscenes
I can't bring myself to do that.
It's fun. I would say it might actually be the most authentic way to experience Metal Gear Solid 4, in that that's a game about watching cutscenes. So what if you watch the cutscenes?
We talked about this, I guess it would have been like last week or the week before. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, and this is my first time playing Metal Gear Solid 3. I played a good portion of Metal Gear Solid V, and that's it as far as Metal Gear Solid goes. I almost put it down tonight.
Nothing else.
I've played
not even like the Pizza Hut demo back in the day. Not even that.
Nothing.
Man.
So it's a giant miss. But I feel like I'm kind of in the process of playing that, and like I'm playing a lot of Death Stranding right now. So I feel like I'm in this zeitgeist right now with it. Like people are having a discussion about Delta, so I'm a part of that, and I'm really enjoying that. It's weird as shit, but I'm having a good time with it. And I get the hype, like I respect it. I didn't have a means to play him growing up. So like it was always just something that was like kind of over there, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool for them. But now that I have a means to solve it.
Like I was not a PlayStation kid, and I didn't switch allegiances to PlayStation until the PS4. I was Nintendo and Xbox, but so I didn't get to experience Metal Gear Solid 1. I got to play 2. Substance. Substance. Was the Xbox version. So I got to play a little bit of that, and thought it controlled like hell, and did not know what the fuck was going on, so I didn't get very far in that.
You sure that wasn't the Duke controller?
Ooh,
I think I was on controller S at that point, but
what a sweet
okay, fair
controller.
enough.
I didn't play 3 at all, and I didn't play 4. But my real foray into it was Peace Walker on the Vita, and I loved Peace Walker enough to want to know the rest of the series at that point. And then I played the hell out of 5, which I think is just like weirdly compared to my experience with 2 is one of the best playing games that I've ever
Yeah,
put
it's
my
very,
hands
very
on.
good.
And that's what I'm excited to get to as well at some point, because
Yeah.
I've been getting fed by the algorithm clips of Metal Gear Solid 5/V and just like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't pick that up back in the day, because that does look like my
It's-
kind of shit to
it's
like
great.
vibe with.
It feels
just
great. The story
mess around.
The story is
Incomplete?
bad, incomplete, not there. Yeah.
Didn't he
it's-
confirm that
it's-
recently? By the way, on like, didn't he like talk about that on social somewhere that, or like
I think he confirmed it the day it came out. It's like this
Yeah.
game ain't done.
yeah. All right, so Metal
Yeah.
Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid 4,
All
Guns
right.
of the Patriots,
Fair.
untouched by me.
Nanomachines.
I will play it at some point.
Chase, what about you? What do you got up?
All right. Bobby's gonna hate this, but I cheated a little bit here.
God, you
I
always
did
do
not-
this.
I do.
The Chase
always do
cheat.
This. This I think is the only real cheat though, and it's that I picked basically a pair of games. I picked specifically the N64 era of Nintendo. I think is one of my weaker spots, which is weird because I owned a Nintendo 64, but I have not played very
God.
much of Super Mario 64, and I have not played very much of Ocarina of Time. They're both games that I would go over to.
That's
a friend's
two different
place and
games,
play the
completely
first
different
hour of.
series.
I don't care. It's my list. But
I get the oeuvre of the best N64 games.
Exactly.
Those are the top
thank you,
two.
Jiggy. Thank you. I never owned
It's
these
gonna look
games,
weird
but
on
I'd
Mount
go to a
Everest,
friend's
but okay.
place. I'd play through. I'd throw King Bob-omb off the cliff, or I'd get through the maze to see Princess Zelda as young Link, and then I'd have to go home. And then when I got back there, they had erased my save, so I had to just start it all over again. So I spent many times playing the very beginnings of those games, but I haven't experienced Tick-Tock Clock. I don't know anything about Tick-Tock Clock. I've never been
How
up.
do you know
the
like
Goron
Rainbow
Mountain.
Ride?
I don't know. I don't know any of this shit. So
You never played Song
someday-
of Storms. Like how do you
God.
how do you grow up
I've
not
only
knowing
played
and
Zelda's
experience
Lullaby.
that?
I've played Zelda's Lullaby a lot, but I've only played Zelda's Lullaby. Yeah, it's a thing that I would really like to change at some point. I have ways of playing both of those games now, and I really should give them a shot. But it's just one or two, I guess, that I've always missed out on. I played a lot of Kirby and the Crystal Shards, though, so you know.
A good game. A good game.
Yeah, a great game, sure. I played a lot of my Nintendo 64. It's just I bought it used, so it didn't come with a copy of Super Mario 64, and I just never ended up getting a Zelda.
I almost considered putting Yoshi's Story on my list because at the time I was like, this is a baby's game. Who likes this baby stuff? This is game for babies,
so
made
good.
for babies, by babies.
Because I love Yoshi's Island, but yeah, I heard, like when Yoshi's Story came out, the reviews for it were so bad that I went, no, I guess I'll just skip this one.
Yeah.
Yep. But now, like looking back at it, I'm just like, I was a fool. Why didn't I try out this game? This actually looks pretty fucking tight.
It was cool. So Chase said the entire N64 library on Mount Rushmore.
That's not what I said. I said 2 specific games from the Nintendo 64 library.
I'm giving an inch. He takes a whole library. I need your help, both of you, with this. I have a thought on how I'll answer it. As we've been talking and preparing for this, I've referenced this series to both of you a few times, and we've talked about it on the show. So I'm going to get this one out of the way first. Final Fantasy. So
Whoa! That's over 16 games, Bobby. Who's cheating now?
Yeah, the N64 never had 16 games.
If you would allow me to finish my thought, I know you like to talk over people, but just give me a second. If you could help me decide which one of these games out of the series should be on this list from I think 7's like the low-hanging fruit there. And I've played the remake of 7, but I distinctively avoided 7 because I didn't have a way to play it. And at the time, there was kind of this like Ocarina of Time versus Final Fantasy VII like conversation happening, at least in the circles I was a part of, and I felt very strongly that that was the better game. I've played all of the 7 remake. I have played a lot of the 7 what's the second one called?
I don't
Rebirth?
think you got even halfway through. So
Bullshit, I got past the casino.
Okay. I thought you stopped playing at the beach.
No. I put a lot of time in and got exhausted from it. And then I played like 3 hours of Final Fantasy on my old iPhone. And that's kind of it when it comes to my... Oh,
Wait,
and I played,
first?
Final Fantasy 14.
I did play a little bit of 14, not a lot. I played a little bit of the first Final Fantasy on my iPhone, like an hour or two of it.
Woof.
And I think I played
Spent
an hour
$9 for
of
it?
15. I did, I think at the time, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I know. Square.
Bobby,
Enix is
I think you
crazy.
the answer is all of Final Fantasy is
Yeah,
your
there
answer.
go. Sure.
You gotta start at 1, go because you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
People
9,
love
10,
9 and
11,
10,
12.
right?
Oh yeah.
People of 10
And 8.
like 9. Like
People
9
love
is-
5.
Yeah, we could all just say numbers.
So I just,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
always been one of those things
People
where
love 10 too.
I just
They do.
feel embarrassed, one, that I don't have more reverence and understanding of the series that is so, I mean, like Kingdom Hearts is tied to this. Like there's a bunch of shit that all kind of falls into this. And like Final Fantasy is arguably one of the biggest, if not quote unquote, like the biggest series that has like been ongoing
I
for a long
think
time.
I think if
I
you were
would
going
say-
to play one of them, I think 7 makes the most sense
Mm-hmm.
because you at least understand part of that story,
Sure.
and I think you should see it through. There's interesting stuff there, and also I would really like to see how you react to it, kind of going backwards, having played remake and going back and see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the difference.
Yeah, you're an
between
interesting
remake.
case study, Bobby. I gotta admit that.
Yeah.
It's true.
I didn't even know the big spoiler from 7.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Still, like interesting
not
case
tell
study.
you.
I just
So
I just want to
yeah,
sit back and observe and not say a damn fucking thing.
I think Final Fantasy 7 makes sense. I agree with that. I feel like that's a pretty big game to like not have. Like I was a part of the conversation, but not a part of it. Like I was anti the conversation at the time, so I was around it, but I was anti it. So
Yeah, I think that's the best one to just give you an idea of this is Final Fantasy. That
Yeah.
that it puts
Yeah.
you when we're talking about like gaps of what you're missing out on, what you're not necessarily missing out because it's the best of the series, but missing out because it's the most representative of the series, because it's the most influential one based on
Yeah.
the video games that we got after it. I think there is just you are missing part of your gaming knowledge by not knowing the stuff that happens and the way 7 is
yeah,
played,
that's
or
fair.
the original one specifically, not just playing through the
Final Fantasy 7 is the one that I had in my pocket walking into this conversation. That's the one that felt right.
It's the strongest choice.
yeah.
Other than
agree.
that, I would probably say 6, but that is also just another one of its time. A generation before that, and I think 7 just has more of what Final Fantasy would become.
Totally.
But you see the makings of that in like 4, 5, and 6, basically. Like it's all there. The blueprints are there. The final build is pretty much 7, and that has become the foundation which Square Enix has like kind of built over the years.
Yep, makes sense. Okay, Final Fantasy 7. I'm cool with that. It's on the mountain. Cheeky, what's up with you? What other one?
Well, going to your point that you felt shame not like playing Final Fantasy, I would say like I would argue at the time like there just wasn't enough time to play all these RPGs that were coming out at the time. One of these is from kind of like the opposite end of this kind of big pendulum swing of RPGs around the time. Planescape Torment is a game I have never played, but I loved playing Baldur's Gate 1, Neverwinter Nights, and these are pretty much of the same ilk. It's by, I believe, Black Isle Studios, and like pretty much the same team at like BioWare that would go on to make other games later on, like Knights of the Old Republic, so on and
Oh.
so forth.
Damn.
This is what I thought was at the time this was supposed to be. I misread it and thought it was like a tournament and it's like, oh, I need online. I can't play an MMO. Like,
Yeah.
this is like Ultima Online. I have no need for this. I'm on I'm on Juno free ad supported 56K dial up ISP. Like, I'll never be able to play this. Little did I know this is just a single player game that is very story focused. In that same sort of Dungeons and Dragons sort of like rule set that Black Isle used at the time for like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, all these other kind of games. And yeah, it's just one that I've heard is just written very well, up there with like the original Fallout games at the time for its like contemporaries. And like just a really good adventure / RPG that I never got to experience because I was just focused on Final Fantasy, for example. That was like, it's like some people like just went one way and went the other. I tried to do both, but like there's only so much time you can like, play these kind of games, because this is another like RPG that you could probably play for 100 hours because there's so many permutations of how storylines can play out and things like that.
What year did it come out? Do you know?
1999.
Okay. All right.
Like, it's not
so very early
make
one.
my list, but it's like high on the list somewhere. I didn't have a PC, or I wasn't PC gaming growing up, so all of those classic CRPGs totally missed me. And now they've basically all of them, or at least all the ones that seem worth their salt, have gotten really nice ports to not only Steam or things like that, but also to the Switch and other home consoles. So I know I own Planescape Torment at some point and need to play it, but like I'll put that on the shelf with Disco Elysium and a bunch of other
play
like,
Disco Elysium
that feel like they're huge gaps, but
yeah,
it is one of my 4. I think it's a really good pick though, Jiggy.
From what I've heard, it's very more leans towards the Disco Elysium. Like, it's a lot of talking and dialogue and things like that than it is focused on combat, like Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate 1 were at the time.
Yeah, I know the writing is really lauded, so that's one I'll have to check out too. Good pick.
Chase, what's another one?
Shameful pick.
Not to regress a little bit, but it's Final Fantasy VI.
Here we go. Let's fucking go.
I've played
all my favorites.
I've played a good handful of Final Fantasy games. I've beaten 3, which is a weird one, but I played the DS version of 3, like the real.
I was gonna say 3 on Super
3
Nintendo. You played 6.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
You already did it. What's the problem?
Yeah, no, not quite. I played the actual 3. I've played 4, I've played 5, I've 7, and then I had like a big gap of just missing all of them after that. And then lately I've gone.
What's your favorite one?
It's probably 7. I don't know.
Yeah.
I also really like 5. I think 5 is really cool, and it also makes me sound like a hipster because it didn't originally come out here in the States and only came out later on the Game Boy Advance and.
That came out on PlayStation. I have my copy, baby. With 6.
That's true. Yeah. But I really like 5 and the job class system stuff. I think that's really
job class system's great. But man, the Esper system in 6 is just so streamlined, and they're so pretty when you summon them. And they're not like overly long or anything like that as they would get in like 7 and 8. But you gotta play 6. 6 was like,
I put it on my list.
It's a revelation. To me, it was a revelation at the time. Just like, oh wow, games can be like this on a Super Nintendo. Holy shit! Like that opening crawl, it still sends like shivers down my spine.
And I've started 6. I've seen that opening crawl. I'm like, oh, I'm in for it. And then I just had other things happening, and I didn't end up going forward with it. But I think if I can sit down, I've got my analog pocket. I can play a really nice looking version of it. The Game Boy Advance version, and it's the gorgeous pixel art. It's a story I've just missed out on, and recently we've gotten the Magic the Gathering sets that have Final Fantasy stuff in it. So
this is what's finally going to bring you in.
This is it.
Yeah, I'm just seeing cool characters. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a suplex card, and it's like, yes, the moment I want to.
If you only knew and experienced it for yourself, just like thinking like, wait, Sabin can do this move on pretty much any enemy. Can I do it on this train? Yes, I can. Wow, I'm about to suplex this undead train chasing us on these haunted railroad tracks. Like, and that's just in the first third of the game. Like, that's like it's
God.
like the music is amazing. The moment to moment like story beats are just incredible. Even thinking back onto it, like it's like a game that just threw surprise after surprise at you, and like just further solidified what like the Final Fantasy formula was. Like the active time battle system, it is very much a cut and dry one of those like random battles all the time, figuring out like the best way to min-max a character, just like a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, probably the Game Boy Advance one is probably the best way, or I guess the Pixel Remaster nowadays.
Yeah, Pixel Remaster. There's also I've seen a decent amount of ROM hacks that like try to say, hey, we've made some quality of life stuff to make it feel a little bit more modern, but we've also kept in all the stuff that people like.
We fixed the evade stack that doesn't work in the original version. It is like a number in your stats that do not matter because it doesn't calculate at all, apparently.
Wow. Yeah, I think 6 is just that balance of still having the pixel art that I really appreciate. It does have the active time battle system, which I've never been a fan of. I know that's sacrilege, but it's just true. I mean, the other one that I was considering would have been 10. I know 10 is also
10 is great.
A big
10 is really great.
Which also does have some really nice remake versions that are on the Switch and on the Vita when I had that too. So that's a consideration, but I think 6 of the two of those is the one that I would want to play first.
Right on.
It's on the wheel, so if
we'll get there.
On the wheel. It's on the wheel. You'll get there.
I've got it ready to go.
My next one is kind of like a point of pride, also. I think that I haven't played it.
Okay.
But World of Warcraft. So I have never played World of Warcraft.
Hey, that's my number 4. Let's talk about it together.
Let's do it.
I can't participate. I have played World of Warcraft.
And I
played one afternoon of World of Warcraft.
I know me, and I think I would probably get way into World of Warcraft. So like when I say point of pride, it's not because I think I'm above it. It's that I've abstained from something that I know I probably would have had a very probably like, bad relationship. Like I probably would have abused that game, like and neglected a lot of things. I think I watched what happened to my quote unquote normie friends who somehow found themselves playing this game, and they like skipped immense amount of class. And I was also at a point in my life where I had freedom to like not do things if I didn't want to do it. Like I was paying the consequences. Like if I wanted to skip class and like party, I would do that. And there was, real weight to it that I wasn't aware of at the time. And I think I already struggled. Like I'm better about like pacing out my gaming addiction, which I certainly have one. But I think I, at that point in my life, would have been in real bad shape had I allowed myself to do that. And so I think that's where this like pride point comes from, is like you figured out a way to like focus on responsibilities a little bit and still like played a bunch of cool shit. But now I look back on it and I'm like, like there's probably nothing quite like the original zeitgeist of that game, and like just the chokehold it had on everything at the time. And like now I see about these expansions coming out, and there's, people that I think do a lot of really cool content with that game. And there's some really fun community stuff I see with it too. And people like have really great relationships from it. Somebody that worked for me legitimately met their partner through that game. And it's just cool to see like what was come from that. So like when I think about a huge cultural video game that has shaped an industry and continues to shape it in some ways that like I've never touched, it's kind of crazy. Like this is the one on my list that like I've literally never played. And so I think that's really weird and strange and kind of funny at the same time.
Well, the other bad part is that you can't. There is WoW Classic, but even WoW Classic has
you can go back now
to the point where you can't. Like they need to get WoW Classic out.
Yep.
But like you can't go back to what it used to be. You can't have that experience because of that live service equality to it. in the same way that somebody, not that they would want to, but somebody couldn't go back and just play Destiny from the very beginning, because the beginning of
Only
Destiny
sickos.
is different now.
It's on mobile now, Chase. That's the real Destiny.
Sure, yeah, and I'm sure they.
What if I want
story
Peter
completely.
Dinklage talking to me, Chase?
Oh, what a time.
Sorry, you don't get it anymore. He's gone.
Don't exist.
Burned.
Never
You have to
existed.
play 2 betas to do that.
But for me, it's like MMOs in general, but specifically World of Warcraft is the one that I picked out because, you know, along with the, hey, Chase didn't really have a PC that could play any of these games and wasn't a PC gamer. The other thing that was keeping me from it is just this idea that I could get my parents to buy me a game or two, you know, over a course of a year or something. But if I'm coming to them going like, hey guys, I need $15 every month for this video game subscription, I just didn't think I could ask for something like that. And it didn't appeal to me either. The idea that you're telling me I bought this game and now I also have to keep spending $15 every month to just keep playing it. Like, that seems wrong.
I mean, if you can see what have happened today with how
totally. It's like I could just buy this cartridge of Pokemon and I could just keep playing it and playing it and playing it, and I don't have to spend another dime. The math doesn't math on that, right? And so for a long time I had a point of pride. I was like, you idiots out there spending hundreds of dollars on one video game. I have so many video games that I could buy and play with that sort of money. And now I look at it in a similar view to Bobby of like, man, I really missed out on that. Missed out on that community, that experience, the way those games proliferated through the industry. I do remember, I think I borrowed like a friend's guide one time to just like look through character stuff. Also, what a racket that is, a guide for an MMO. Like that thing had to be outdated like within 2 days after patches, right?
Yeah.
But like the idea of going through and thinking, okay, so if I were to play WoW, how would I do it? Okay, I might be like an undead and I might go into like this cleric class, and you know, I would, these would be my skills that I would do. And I think I had just enough of that where I was like, okay, I think I get it. It's fine. I was able to play WoW at a friend's place one day. He's like, well, why don't you just start a new character, see if you like it? So I played as like an undead rogue. And I remember the first thing I did was, you know, they were trying to teach you how to backstab because that's the whole rogues thing. And I remember trying to, you know, I stunned a guy and then I tried to walk around him. And my friend went, what are you doing? And I need to get behind him so I can backstab him. He's like, yeah, run through him. What do you mean? What do you mean run through him? He's like, there's no collision. Like, why is there collision? What kind of cheap ass shit is this? Like, this is supposed to be a big game. He's like, that's just not how you do. And I got very frustrated by that. The idea that somebody could cheap out by not having collision on enemies.
You can't skip lunch and you can't phase through people, apparently.
I guess not. So, yeah, I don't know. Looking back, it's like, man, I really missed out. But at the same time, I don't know. MMOs have never really appealed to me all that much. The closest I think now would be like a Old Republic.
I think we're going to do, right? We're going to do that?
We should. If I was going to do one, I think that would be the one I would do.
That's when I started and was like, not for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you like KOTOR though?
I have played a little bit of KOTOR and I like it, but not enough to form a whole opinion on it.
Sure. So loving KOTOR, I feel like playing the Old Republic would give me more of that itch to scratch. So
yeah.
Probably.
Jiggy, what else you got?
My next game is another RPG, but it is one that you can't play in the United States, but apparently everyone has played it in the United States.
Illegal?
I wouldn't say that, but it's Mother 3.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, a game that Nintendo still refuses to localize in other parts of the world other than Japan. And just
to be fair, it would be really hard to localize. There are some
it's impossible.
That Nintendo wouldn't want to do. Yeah, they could do it, but you know that if they did, people would throw a fucking fit that they didn't do it right, you know?
Maybe. Who knows? I've never played it, so I don't know what people would be upset about. So I am the perfect target audience for this Nintendo. I do intend to play it at some point because Earthbound's right there. I've played Earthbound on and off like so many times that I just got to finish that shit and just get it over with so I can get onto Mother 3. Not saying I have access to it and ways to play it, but at some point I'm definitely going to be playing Mother 3 because it's just one of those games people don't shut up about. And probably for good reason, I would imagine. I do dig Earthbound style, its quirkiness, its kind of just lightheartedness as well too, that I feel that Mother 3 is similar in some respects, but
it is. I've started Mother 3. I didn't get super far into it.
Was that the one from the wheel, Chase?
No, that was Earthbound. I
just
needed to actually play Earthbound. But I had played Mother 3 a while ago, and I would say it still has Earthboundy kind of funny moments, but it is a more serious game than Earthbound is, and deals with more serious themes. But the thing that was the problem for me was the combat, which they try to say like, hey, it's just a cool little bonus if you get these extra attacks, but I could never get the extra attacks because it's all based on rhythm stuff. Like, it's not a rhythm game exactly, but the point of the combat is that every enemy type, I believe, has their own kind of theme song that plays in the background. And if you are able to hit on beat, like it's kind of like a Paper Mario thing, but without the visual flashes, you just have to be listening for it. But if you're able to hit the button on beat, you get extra attacks and extra damage. And I suck at that shit because I am not very musically inclined. Jiggy, as much more of a musical mind than me, I bet you would dig that and probably get the hang of it way more than I would.
No promises, but yeah, I have heard of that too. Yeah. Thank you for reminding that aspect of it, which, for its time, sounds pretty incredible for a game that came out,
Totally.
what, 2003? Or 2006. Yeah,
I love Lucas though. He's maybe one of my favorite Smash characters, and I think there's
Lucas
some really
is cool
scenes, some really cool screenshots that I've seen of like Lucas in the Sunflower Garden, just like some really iconic moments from that game that I would like to experience, but I kind of just know myself at this point and go like, as much as I would like a lot of things around this game, I don't think I would actually like playing it that much based on the pieces I have played.
Very fair. But yeah, that's on my list.
Mother 3.
I think you'll like it.
All right.
Big up on there. I'm going to get to this game at some point.
Okay. I'm excited for you to check that out. I think from what you're saying, you'll probably dig it. Chase, you got number 3 floating around over there?
Sure. This is my last one because I've mentioned because we doubled up on WoW. But
yeah,
my last one is I was kind of going between like, okay, what's like the biggest, most popular game that I haven't played, and the answer is Fortnite. But that's not an answer I liked because I don't actually feel like I've missed out on Fortnite. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine having never played and never will playing Fortnite. But the other one is Minecraft.
I was hoping you would talk about this.
Yeah. Minecraft. Interesting pick.
And similar to Bobby and his talk about MMOs, it's not so much that I thought I was better than Minecraft or didn't want to play it. I did want to play it, but I also kind of just knew myself and knew that it might be the last game I would ever play, and I would only play Minecraft, and I would just be the Minecraft guy because I was a huge Lego.
You could have made a lot of money if you would have leaned into it. There wasn't a lot of them back then.
That's true. I could. I'm sure I talked about this on the show many times before, but I was a big Lego fan as a kid. I had a pool table that was never used for pool. It was only used for building Lego sets on top of, and that creativity, that just like building with a bunch of little blocks was a huge thing for me growing up. And the idea that I could just have a virtual world where I could do that all the time with very few limits sounded incredible. But I also just knew like, man, you are only going to play Minecraft forever at that point. You would play this so much, and it's a bad excuse. I've had people tell me many times like, you should have just tried it, and I went, yeah, you're right, I should have, but I didn't, and now it feels too late to do it. And I don't know, I don't need to play Minecraft. I think I'm fine not having played Minecraft, but I also know that there's like some regret there. I think the biggest moment where I knew that I regretted not playing Minecraft was when I played Dragon Quest Builders.
Oh,
and
yeah.
went like, "Oh, I understand how I would have been way into Minecraft, and I understand why also I'm not as into Dragon Quest Builders. It's cool, but it's not going to suck me in forever like a Minecraft would have. But also just playing this like gives me a taste of what Minecraft would have been for me, and it would have been bad. It would have been a real drug back in the day.
I mean, yeah, man. Like we've talked a lot about it, but Minecraft got me through a real dark period of life, and I have such a fondness and appreciation for it, and it's crazy just to see like what that game's become. Like that's the first game I played with my nephew, and like how his friends and him play it, and like what they do with it, and just like you're playing a completely different game than I remember. Like I don't even know if I would like be able to keep up anymore with what it is. It's crazy. But yeah, Minecraft is a huge one.
Not having played it, I couldn't go see the Minecraft movie, which is a real crime in all of this.
You wouldn't understand Chicken Jockey. Like,
I wouldn't.
What's the point?
I wouldn't.
Is it better than the Borderlands movie? Is my question.
Almost assuredly, yes. It can't be worse.
There you go.
Do we need another deep dive into video game movies?
Hell yeah.
We very much do.
My number 3. And again, like I can recruit help from the both of you on this if we need to, but I think I'll say, like, I'll
make his own list. Jeez.
I will start with this and say, I feel like FromSoft games are a giant miss. Like I feel so bad that I can't.
I think they missed you though. You didn't miss them. They missed you.
I didn't get good. They didn't get good apparently. If I had to pick one, I think Bloodborne is probably the one I would go with here. I'd
agree.
I think Bloodborne's the one that like I hear people talk about with such reverence and appreciation and just excitement and like the yearning for a remake of it. But I've tried Dark Souls, I've tried Demon Souls, I've played the most of Elden Ring, and like I can appreciate that. Like I don't dislike Elden Ring. I just know that like we are not compatible. I love everything about that game from a distance. I think the world building's amazing in it. I love the tone. Like it sucks because everything, like if you pitch this to me on paper about everything about these games, would probably be like, fuck yeah, like let me get into that world and play that game. I will love this. And then I play it, I'm like, I hate playing this, but I love watching people play it and I love looking at it. Like if they had a like peaceful mode of Elden Ring where it's just like you can walk, like make this a fucking walking sim. Let me walk around and just like read the books in the library from Elden Ring. Like I would be into that. Like,
have I got a game for you? It's called Shadowgate 64.
All right. Well, sign me up. But yeah,
I mean, I think at that point you could also just play Skyrim again.
Yeah, you could also play Skyrim.
It immediately sucks when I see a FromSoft logo, because I know it's going to be a game that I'm going to think about for the months coming out. Like, did they change anything? Do you think I'll like this one? Like, hey, you love these games. Like, what do you know about it? Do you think that this would be something I can get into? And like, I kind of psych myself up like, all right, we're going to try it. You're going to do it. And then like, there's that week where I'm like, yeah, I think I might like this. And then I'm like, no, I don't like this. And it sucks. It just sucks to live in that kind of like Groundhog's Day with it. So
yeah,
I wish I liked them.
Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. I got a lot further in Dark Souls 2 than 1, but I very much could tell I am bouncing off these games. I'm not having a great time. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of my time because I just keep getting killed, and then I didn't make it back to my souls, so I just lost them completely. Wow, what a big waste of time. It was just rough, and I never got there. So I'm kind of in that same boat with you, Bobby, but similar to a Fortnite, it was like I guess it's a gap, but it's a gap I don't mind having.
Yeah.
I put about 90 hours into Elden Ring before I put it down, and I still haven't beaten the game. I might get back to it at some point. Bloodborne is the one I keep going back to and getting a little bit further each time. I fucking love Bloodborne. It's probably more of a setting thing for me because I just like that gothic style and the creepiness of it and just the weirdness of it all. But there's also just the feeling of when you get a parry using that using basically the pistol system to counter and like get a nice clean hit in to like sap an enemy or just down them in one. There are few rushes better than that. Like it's like a it's like a really fun feeling game
that's-
too.
I
And that
get
is
it.
That's the selling point of Bloodborne is that hey, we had a couple games beforehand that were about sword and board, and like so many people were playing those games with this idea that they had to keep blocking, and then FromSoft just said, okay, we don't actually want you to play that way, so we're going to just take away your ability to block. Like here's other tools. You have to figure out how to play the game not exactly correctly, but like this is the experience we are intending for you to have, and we're going to make it a little bit more explicit that you have to play it this way. And I think it taught players how to play the game in a way that made them fall in love with that series. Again, it didn't work on me, but I understand
Worked on
why
me.
people really like Bloodborne and why it feels different to those people than a Sekiro does, or a Dark Souls 2, or even an Elden Ring.
Jiggy, I think we have reached the end of this mountaintop for you. What is number
have.
4?
This is probably one that I am shocked and surprised myself. I've never played. Parappa the
Star Fox
Rapper.
64.
You know damn well I own multiple copies of
I
that
very
game.
much know quite well. I've seen the Blue Sky posts. You've played Star Fox, buddy.
I play a lot of Star Fox. No, it's Parappa the Rapper, the other furry game that came out around the same time. Yeah, I've played Parappa the Rapper 2 and Jammer Lammy, but I've never played the original. And yeah, exactly. I don't know how to step on the gas. I don't know how to crack the egg. I don't
punch us
like
all in the head.
I don't know any of that. I know like Dojo Casino, it's all in the mind and things like that, but yeah, I feel ashamed that I've never ever checked out Parappa the Rapper.
Wasn't like one version of it, like if you tried to go back, what's the story? Is it like because it was on a CRT or something? Isn't there like a lag to it now where it's almost
a little bit?
Like
that's not a problem for me.
Well,
that's not a problem for me.
Yeah, obviously not a problem for you.
I just have to find a copy of the game.
Yeah,
but yes,
they've gotten remastered versions of that out there that have fixed those problems, I believe, right?
I believe so too. Yes, and I can easily like get the PS4 remaster, which I would probably do at some point just to play. But I do also just want to experience the original.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I have a friend who she might be coming over at some point and said, "Oh, I'll bring the game. We can play it together." Nice. So that'll be fun. Because we connected over. Yeah, like I've been playing Jammer Lammy and got to like level 3 finally. And what the fuck is happening? This game is amazing. Why is it so fucking hard?
I remember it being really hard. My best friend back in the day, his older brother had the PlayStation 1. I mean, we all got to play it then, but we would just watch him play that game for hours, it felt like. And I remember we would just be like walking around like with those little earworms, like quipping and quoting the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
now
so
turn to the left.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we just say shit like that, like little weird vocal stems, like walking through the house doing it. But like that was just like how we were talking to each other. It's like we had this little weird like zeitgeist with like I didn't play it, but like I watched the shit out of that game. Like every time we went over, like, hey, play that game. We want to see. I want to hear the music. Play it. Let's watch it. And it's a cool one. It's a cool fucking game.
Now, Jiggy, have you played Gitaru Man?
I have not played Gitaru Man. That was that's actually an honorable mention in this list because I've seen Gitaru Man play, and I'm like, God damn, I wish I had spent the $20 back in the day just to get this fucking game.
Like that's
Mr. Mosquito.
That's another one that starts like really comfortably, and you're like, oh wow, I love this. This is cool, and then it just gets really fucking hard, and you go,
like Dragon's Lair 2.
Sure, it's like I can't play this anymore. But I really love the beginning of Gitaru Man. I think that's a really fun way to do a rhythm game. So that'd be another one I'd throw on your list.
All right, this is the one that I'm most ashamed of. Half-Life 2.
Oh, so 2 games, huh?
Well,
yeah, wow.
I've played up until the point in Half-Life 2 where you're like on the water and you have like that boat and you're like ramping over shit.
Yeah, root canal. So you're not. Yeah, you're only in the first. You're only in like the first, not even quarter of the game.
Stops playing Half-Life 2 because they don't like it.
So
I finished Half-Life 2. I love that game, but I understand
I do
that
too.
when you are on that fucking boat, that you get to a point of like, I don't want to play this anymore. This kind of
I played through that section recently because I just had the itch to play it and got up to Ravenholm, and I'm just like, this part wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, there's a lot of like, oh, I can go off the beaten path here for a second, and like, oh, there's this right here. You also get that awesome moment where you get the Magnum, and like you go to grab and the table falls over because the realistic physics at the time, and like 3 Combine soldiers come through the door, and you're just like, oh, I can duck here, and it's just like a quick shooting gallery kind of moment. It's Bobby, play Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 for the love of God.
You should, but I think that it's not going to have nearly the impact that it
That's
did
the thing that like I wrestle with now. Is just like so
like,
many
Half-Life 2
games have like tried to be this now.
Yeah. Like Half-Life 2 especially.
I played Half-Life Alyx too, part of it.
Okay, yeah. But like the thing of Half-Life 2 was the Havoc physics engine and seeing these cool things that you never saw before. And now they're just things that are in video games. They're not pointed to as hard as Half-Life because they were trying to show off the cool new technology they had. But I don't think something like a gravity gun is as cool and novel and interesting today than it was when Half-Life 2 came out. And so I think there's something that's going to dampen your experience from that. I think there's still very
I might be biased because I just played it, but it still whips. It's still fucking whips.
Yeah, but you and I, when we go and play it whips, but it whips because we also have a nostalgic feeling of when we played it.
Exactly.
Like and Bobby doesn't have that. Like
I just feel like this game's right for a remake too, though.
It means.
Like, I'm surprised they haven't remade it.
Well, one of them it has been remade.
The first one has.
No, the first one, Black Mesa, is a fan sort of reimagining of the first Half-Life, done in sort of like originally when Half-Life 2 was coming out, they said like, hey, we're releasing Half-Life Source as a free download as well too if you pre-order Half-Life 2. People thinking like, oh, it's Half-Life made in the Source engine that they just developed. But really, it was just showing that, like, oh, we can put all our old games in the Source engine, and it's basically 1-to-1, which is neat. But it's just Half-Life with a weirder physics feeling for a lot of moments, and water that just didn't look the same like it did in the original release. Like, but I'd still say
Bobby does love
like
playing remakes instead of playing the original game. So
I know, but like that first Half-Life is still, yeah, maybe, but still that first Half-Life, like those first opening like 20 minutes, it's hard.
Coming out of that train and like going
to work, going another day to the office, and I got to push this card thing, and like, holy shit, everything bad is suddenly happening. What is going on here? And then it's like a way, like now I got to escape all this.
I know it's one of those things that I just need to lock in and do, and it's one of these where
they also wouldn't take you all that long. Like
of course,
not super long. 10 hour investments. And 15 maybe for Half-Life 2.
I think that the other piece of it too is like I was just a pretty mainstream, like not that this wasn't mainstream, but like. There was like things at the time
where play those hipster games like Half-Life.
No, I didn't have a means to for a long time. Was the other piece of it.
Yeah.
And
I didn't play Half-Life 2 until the Xbox port came out, which is not a very good port of that game.
The original Xbox or the 360? Yes. Oh wow!
Xbox.
Oh wow!
And then I played it again on the orange box, but no, I played that original Xbox version.
That Source engine scales well, huh?
So yeah, that's a big one that I want to solve. But I mean, I appreciate that I can look back on these and still have those were. I know that they were significant, and it's not lost on me just because I don't have like boots on the ground experiences with it. But I got to fix that, and I get that. So this was fun. This was a good safe space to share our misses here, and I feel. A little bit of pressure has been let go of like, hey, it's safe. I can say that I didn't play these, but
now we're each going to make a wheel and we're going to play
only of these games, these 12 games,
only these 4. Yeah.
We'll be on there.
For you, I have to play the ones that come before I actually get to most of these
games. That's true. You'll get to Metal Gear Solid 4 and go like, God damn it, I got to play 4 other games now.
Just 3. It's just 3. I'm just doing mainline. Sorry, Peace Walker. Sorry, Portable Ops.
Wow.
Sorry, Acid 1 and 2. Sorry, Ghost Babel. Sorry, VR Missions.
Oh my
I might play
Spitting in
Twin Snakes
Kojima's
again. Who
face.
knows? I do have VR Missions. I might play VR Missions.
Yeah.
And I do want to play Peace Walker at some point too. Like
They're so good. They need to
I've
put
heard
that
good
on
things.
Switch.
I've heard someone say amazing things about this game.
It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Well, Jiggy, I was trying to do the shout out here. I don't know if I remember how to do it correctly. Let me see if I can do this here to where it tells people when you were last online. I think I do it.
I
this
know a
way
way to say what happened to Jiggy the last time they were online. Why don't we just ask Jiggy?
Yeah, I played Winback. Covered
There we go.
operations on the
There you
PlayStation
go.
2, not the N64 version. I finally cracked open the PlayStation 2 copy I had. I was having a moment where I was trying to play Zone of the Enders, just as like a kind of just like, oh, I haven't played that in a while. Ran into the glitch where you won't be able to save on the world map because if your system clock is not set, it will just crash the game. So now that I know that, I might go back. It is funny that Zone of the Enders lasts like, the first like 40 minutes. You can skip most of it. It literally is just a lot of talking. I'm like, oh wow, I'm back to where I was. Like it only took me 5 minutes and it crashed again. Oh well.
Damn.
So I went to I played the copy of Metal Gear Solid 2, the demo that came packaged with Zone of the Enders, the first game I ever played on my PlayStation 2. And then I was like, I need something else. Oh, let's try the Metal Gear Solid ripoff that Koei tried to make.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting game. I don't know if it's good or not. Requires more research.
Well, Jiggy, do you have like a schedule with streaming? It's just kind of like subscribe, you'll be live. Like
Subscribe, I'll go live. I'm playing a lot of Devil May Cry right now. I'm on Devil May Cry 3, which would have been on this list tonight have I not been playing that a lot, because that game, holy shit, that game's amazing. Holy crap.
And you're pretty active on.
Is that game better because 2 is not good? And like it's just like, oh, they got back, or is it like actually just a really good game of itself?
1's really good, 3's better. 3 is better.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm active on Blue Sky as well too.
Cool.
But yeah, just follow me on Twitch. You'll get the most of me there, I guess. When I'm not like a little bird on the internet. I'll bring my little bird here.
Ooh, a little loon. Twitch.tv.
I don't think you can hear it on this.
Right? Oh, I heard that.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I heard
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
I love this little guy.
Jiggy, thanks as always for just being here to hang
out. Of course, this is a blast.
It's great to see you. Wish we could hang out more often, but these times are always great. For our show this week, we went back to Nine Kings on Monday. If you haven't played Nine Kings, that game fucks so much. It's so good. Check out Nine Kings. We had a lot of fun going back to that. Tonight we did our deep dive with Jiggy, talking about our biggest gaming gaps. And Friday night, my cousin and his friend, I got news for you. Allegedly, Ashley Burt has not done anything with this game. Tiny Tina is not in Borderlands 4. So that's already a win.
One small step in the right direction.
And apparently they've taken a bigger step on the writing. So I'm going to check out Borderlands 4. I'll be playing it tomorrow night as I think it unlocks around lunchtime. But we're going to hop on and check out Borderlands 4 on stream on Friday night. So if you want to see what's going on there, or if you want to avoid it, either way, Borderlands 4 Friday night. Next week, no streams. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We will be taking the week off. But we will be back with some fun stuff thereafter. Chase, if people wanted to still hear your voice the week that we're not doing anything here, what can the fine folks look forward to from Chase?
Well, there's a new episode of Retrenched, my playthrough of Iron Brigade on Chasey Gay Plays right now. I am deep into the DLC of Iron Brigade. What's it called? The Rise of the Martian Bear, the Return of the Martian Bear, something about Martian bears. I'm on Mars. I'm fighting bears, and still other technology stuff. That game's good. I love that game. That's a cool one for sure. So go check that out. I think there's probably maybe 2 more episodes of that left before I move on to the next game, and I'm very excited to announce that somewhat soon. So we'll get there. And then I have another podcast that I do with other good friend of the show, Pierce Corshane. It's called Pilot Program, where Pierce and I watch the first episodes of every television show ever made. Last night, in fact, Pierce and I just recorded a new episode on the ESPN miniseries The Bronx is Burning from 2007. I
Nice.
am in the process of editing that, and hopefully it'll come up. I'll probably get it posted sometime early next week. So we'll be off, but there will be new content from at least me. So that's something.
Well, Jiggy, Chase, thank you both. This was a lot of fun. Thank you all for tuning in and watching, and we will be back live Friday night with Borderlands 4.